So I've been contemplating moving outside of my comfort zone. And as we launch the idea of this new venture at the core online, it has been an exploration for us both very much on moving outside of what is known, what is comfortable, and what is easy for us. I have taken on, as part of this journey, the exploration or the commitment to imperfect action. And that can be quite uncomfortable. That can certainly take me outside of my comfort zone. So as I'm creating this very first, what I would call video inspiration, or perhaps living meditation, I am going to commit to this being my first action of imperfect action. As I record this, I really have no idea what I'm doing. I've never done it before. I don't know how I'm going to get it edited. I'm hoping that I can sort that out. I don't know if the lighting is right. I can see something going on right here with my hair. But I've committed to myself that no matter what, this will be the first video that we share. I won't change it. I won't re-record it tomorrow when I think of something wittier or more clever or perhaps more useful that I could have said. I'm going to trust in the process of, as we move into new areas that are perhaps not necessarily easy for us, that there is certainly value in that process. So as when we're waiting to not act for all the pieces to fall perfectly into place, really whatever perfectly means, I think years of our lives can go by. And so what we're going to commit here to is trying. Even as I'm doing this now, I'm not quite sure I'm looking at the right place. So I'm going to trust that you will be gentle with us. I'm going to trust that there's something of value that can be shared through sincere intentions and goodwill. And we wonder if you want to take up this journey or this adventure with us of looking at where our comfort zone is, looking at what the boundaries of that are. And I often like to look at it just as a journey through the alphabet, where it's really nice to begin by understanding where we are, what your truth is, what it is that you want in your life to be different, and to be really quite clear on that. So in some ways we could say it's like acknowledging what letter in the alphabet you're at, not where you had been in the past and not where you wish you were, but where you are. And so say we're at J. There's really only one place we can go from that. And it's not wishing we were at T or S or P or Q. From J, there's really one obvious step, and that is to K, right? J, K, K. So, what is it that's keeping us from taking that next step to just move outside of what's become really comfortable about our life right now? What is it that we want? And what's the next step? For us, in trying to answer the call that we've had for so many years to make our content more accessible, and to also hopefully share that with as many people who are interested and possible, this next step of speaking to my phone, to recording what I have to share, what we have to share in this format, is weird. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. I miss seeing your faces. I miss the feedback of the smiles and the faces that say a certain thing. My palms are sweaty, and I'm not quite sure if my phone is even capable of doing this, and if right through the middle of this it's going to stop. But we have learned that through just taking that next step outside of where it's easy, where we're used to, there's this whole other world that that really can speak to us, that really can give us new capacities, new gifts, and generally my experience is they're beyond what I could even imagine for myself. So although it's always scary, that next step, I have learned through my experiences that it's always so much worth it, and magical things can happen. So that next step for us is this, taking up this call of imperfect action, not waiting till all the pieces are in place, all the information is there until we feel comfortable to act, but to act when it's not exactly as we wish it would be. To not let that excuse be what stops you anymore. To just act. And then see what happens. We have always found that the environment, and whether that environment is your family, the people you work with, the nature, the signs you get from the birds and the trees and the sounds in the woods, all of that environment has so much feedback to give us. So what we will try to do is to act in a way that may feel scary but still feels right, and then see what happens. And no, not in this situation anymore allow our fears or our insecurities or our resistances to hold us back. So if you would like to take up this call for us, right now, I hope that I will have learned how to edit. So at the bottom of the screen here, it says, I will try. I will join you in trying some sort of imperfect action. Perhaps also right below this video, you'll find a comment section. And in that comment section, why don't you type right now, or when the video's over, I take up the call too. I will try something that I've been a little nervous to try. Maybe I want to run. Maybe I want to learn to run. Maybe I want to do a quarter marathon. But for me, it's just impossible to even think about that. So today, I will just put my running shoes on and I will go outside and I will run until I can't anymore. Not having some idea of how it should be or what it should be. We can just start to let go of all of our expectations that create this belief around this idea of perfect or what something should be. Instead, just take that first step. And sometimes it's just getting out the door. Sometimes it's making a certain phone call. And I think if you feel that that kind of nervous feeling But underneath that, there are these like inner fireworks of some sort of enthusiasm, that I kind of see that as the light of our soul that is crying out to be able to be a little bit more free. And as we take these steps into slightly challenging our beliefs, our ideas, our limitations, we become more free. So ride that little bit of enthusiasm, excitement, passion that you have within. Type in our comment section here. I will try. I will today. I will this week take an imperfect action, and then let us know how it goes. We're hoping here to explore a new sense of community and a new sense of support for all of us to share in these realms of truth and transformation and light and compassion. And so we can all do this together. So share your comments, support each other. Know that although we're perhaps not together physically, those heart threads hold us all together as a community, and we're really happy to give this a try and to have you with us. So thank you, and we look forward to seeing what unfolds. Namaste.